Welcome to Thought Cops. I'm Officer Kevin with the episode where we only do the what's outraging the internet and the mean streets of the place where we go.
And so on and so forth. The things I usually say. Welcome to Thought Cops, the only podcast where every week we police the mean streets of the internet because, hey, somebody's got to do it. And then we let you be the judge, the jury, and the executioner in the court of public opinion. Coming to you live from Neo Chicago, I am Officer Kevin.
And I'm Officer Grant. And I think that that's just an important lesson for all the people out there that want to be content creators, is that there's no mistakes. You make a mistake, you just pretend you didn't.
It's a happy accident. You learn from it.
It doesn't matter. Just make it funny. And if it's not funny, that's probably funnier than what you were trying to do, you know, and you just do it and you put it out there and you have Zwick edit it and you just put it out every week. And that's just how you do a podcast.
It
doesn't even matter.
It's so
you don't even have
easy.
to. I can just go and delete this entire document right here. I won't do it, but I could. It doesn't matter.
Do it.
None of this matters.
Let's go in raw.
It's all ephemeral. I hope I use that word right.
Oh, somebody's going to leave an angry voicemail. Oh, granted, news ephemeral.
Actually,
it's pronounced ephemeral. I don't know. Is it? I have no idea.
No, I said it right.
Let's give a warm welcome to a brand new guest to Thought Cops, everybody.
Hey.
Let's say hello to Doplex. How are you, Doplex?
Hello. I'm doing as good as I possibly can be. Thank you, boys, for having me on. And put me in the drunk tank, right? That's what you guys do? You guys are cops.
I don't know.
I mean, if you're drunk, we'll put you there, sure.
Okay. I mean, I am drinking a little bit of hard seltzer because I'm a pussy.
All right, put him in the tank. Put him in the tank.
Yeah, put me in the tank. I want to see what it's like.
Well, I think our tank is more like one of those ones that you put the guy on there and you throw the baseball and you hit him and then he falls into the water.
Yeah.
And then everyone claps and applauds.
It's like
that is cool.
It's the internet version of that. We put you on there, and our listeners ratio you, and then you fall. The platform releases, and you fall into a thing of water.
And they say you fell off plus ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
I literally fell
face.
off.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That is how the internet works.
So we're aware of you. We know you. You're a person. We're people, and we are just part of this big ecosystem. We know you mostly because of the first podcast, but thanks to the first podcast, we ventured in through your other content. So you do the first podcast, you do the channel, which is you. And then you also do your own other. Me. There's another podcast. There's so many podcasts out here. The Beef Boys.
Too many.
Yes. By the way, if you're listening and you're thinking about starting a podcast, don't. Oh, we've got it covered. Thank you.
Just
yeah.
Whatever. No, start one. Yeah, it'll be funny.
Right off.
Start it as a joke.
It'll be good. We'll laugh at you. Send it to us. We'll laugh.
Call it the Thought National Coast Guard or something. Do like a cool little play on words, little spin off.
I've always wanted to do like a Podvember sort of thing where because Opie and Anthony used to have like Jocktober where they would just play segments of other. I mean, this is basically what Who Are These Podcasts is.
Okay.
But, just for a month, rag on
somebody's already got that one covered.
But speaking of podcasts,
Doplex.
Hey.
I was bitching about being late for the episode today because wouldn't you know it, the CTA fucked me over again. The blue line was late by over 40 minutes. However,
don't say bad things about the blue line.
Why?
Because blue lines matter. He's leaving. That's great. Thank you. That's great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
The blue line was late by over 40 minutes. Wouldn't you believe it, Grant? But it gave me a lot of time to catch up on some of Doplex's fine content. You cover all sorts of different topics and categories. And what I really do like about your channel, though, is that you're not limited to any one thing. You know, there's a lot of channels out there. They cover just video games. They cover just internet history. They cover film reviews. Doplex, you do it all.
I try to make my channel a nice little gumbo pot of just like hot garbage, because I myself don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I throw shit at the wall every few months and just see what sticks.
And I think that's brilliant because it's like the perfect idea. It's like, just don't overthink it. Just do something, put it out there, and you're doing it. And like I was enjoying the other day, I was watching your review of Super Mario World, one of my favorite games as well.
Oh,
and then your the history of trash TV, which is actually very educational to me because I didn't realize the whole backstory to all of that and how that really was. Trash TV was the origin for reality TV, which is the origin for a lot of YouTube stuff, which we talk about a lot on here. We've talked about, like, for example, like Nico Cotto. Avocado was sort of the I went on record to say that he's sort of the result, like the end game of like all of those reality shows that you mentioned, like on TLC and stuff. But then those
he's like the very pinnacle of that conceptualization. I've actually been working on a video about him, much to my dismay.
Hope he sees this.
It's it's
Hope
just
he sees this,
the
bro.
worst, man. But yeah, like how do you sort of decide, because I do feel like your videos have like a sort of very unique, distinctive aesthetic and voice, and there's this through line through all of them, but you're saying all at the same time you're like throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. Like, how do you feel like you navigate that,
A lot of I honestly have a notes app on my phone, and I'll just like type some shit like, I want to do a video on the Nickelodeon fart in a jar video, or like I want to do a video on the honeycomb mascot. And then I just like, if I'll sit with it for a few weeks, and then if I decide that's a good enough idea, then I'll put my fucking time and effort into it. Because during the day, I'm actually an editor. I edit for 100 Thieves, which is esports organization, which eats up a majority of my time. I hardly have any time to actually make anything. So I typically want whatever I do make to be worth it, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to do a video on like, something like, I don't know, there's poop on the streets in New York City. Here's how we can clean it up, because I don't care.
You're going on record. You're pro poop.
They deserve it.
I am pro poop. Yes.
They deserve it.
They put it there. Why should I clean it up?
Yeah,
let nature do its thing.
You're not even on that side of the coast. Just like whatever.
Yeah, I don't even live there. Yeah, I don't even live there.
Well, but Doplex, these topics, like I said, range a wide variety of categories, and like you mentioned, you just sort of it's sort of stream of consciousness. These ideas, you jot them down, you look at them later. Are these things that you already know about ahead of time, or are these things that you decide you want to research and then sort of do a video about what you learned?
I'd say it's kind of a mixture of both. So it's like, like with the trash TV video, I grew up watching a lot of trash TV, not like by choice, just because it was kind of on.
Because you're sick from school, that's all that's on TV.
Exactly, 100% that. And recently, I was like rewatching some Jerry Springer stuff. Honestly, a lot of what I do on YouTube typically comes from like, I know a little bit about this thing. I don't know like the backstory, but I have like some weird nostalgia for it. So I want to like actually take a deep dive into it and kind of learn more about it, and then just fart out a video about it. That's typically my creative process there.
And Grant mentioned your aesthetic, which I'm a huge fan of. I think your videos, like,
thank you.
And again, if you're listening to this and you're thinking that it sounds interesting, folks, you gotta see it, because
I think just click one video and just sit through the intro, and like that's all you need to get hooked.
And these days, people's attention spans are so poor. So it's like you're watching a Doplex video. He's keeping you on hook, line, and sinker every second of the video. So I really do appreciate and maybe that's like coming to fruition from like a lot of your editing skills and your job and everything like that. But you're putting it to good use. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, because my question, like I've been struggling with this, and Doplex, maybe you can help us out with this, is like, when you try and do some sort of like venture like that, you're just like, you're thinking like, what's my voice? What am I doing? What am I trying to do with this work that I'm creating? Yeah. And I feel like there was one video where you sort of mentioned that. I think did Leafy make some sort of comment to you about something? Was that like real? Was that?
Oh God!
Was that
I
a
forgot
big joke?
That.
Like I can't.
No, that was real. So what happened was, this was when Leafy first came back. It was like a year ago. something like that. Okay, anyway, I was part of this video that came out like years ago, right? It was just like some stupid, like I had like maybe 800 subs. Like I was nobody. I still am nobody, but like I was even more nobody back then than I am now. And pretty much, I did a collab on this video with this other guy on his channel, and we were just like talking about the era of Leafy is Here and like the the peak of like commentary and stuff like that. And Leafy came back out of nowhere, and he basically had a plan to like go through all of his haters and just like just put them on screen and react with text on screen. I don't know. It was a Leafy is Here video. That happened.
If you're at home and you don't know who Leafy is, just like it doesn't matter. Just
I was going to say,
fuck it. It doesn't matter.
Just take that thought. Yeah.
You're better off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that happened. Leafy made a video that was primarily centered around the haters or whatever. His the anti-leafers. And I was probably
the
like
leaf blowers. I don't want to say it was called.
Right. I don't want to say I was like the main subject of that video, but he focused on me a lot. And it caught me completely off guard because keep in mind, the video that he was reacting to had come out years prior to this. Like I had already forgotten about that video. It wasn't even on my channel. I was just like, it was a collab I did with somebody else.
So that was probably a big surprise to you to open your phone and see those notifications.
Yeah. I think like somebody tagged me on Twitter, and they're like, "Yo, your Leafy made a video on you." I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, I thought it was a meme at first, and then sure enough, it was real. And I was like, "What the fuck? What did I do?" And I completely forgot about it. So, that was cool.
Did that propel you forward? Did that give you all the stardom that you'd begged for?
No, it just gave me more anxiety than anything. Because like, I was just like, man, I very much like to just stay in my little content bubble. I tried the whole commentary thing for a little bit.
Right.
Just like, making fun of people not like in a malicious way. Just like, if somebody does like that channel that does like the fake predator gotcha gags, you know what I'm talking about? I forgot what they're called, but they do these like very obviously staged things where like, this chick's neighbor has been watching her through her window, and we're going to set up the sting operation. Just like stuff like that are very obviously fake.
High quality content, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the peak of YouTube.
Highbrow.
Yeah, so I was already like way past the point of just like laughing at shit on the internet. So when I saw that, I was like, "Fuck, this is not at all me. I don't do this stuff anymore." But yeah, that was a very, very scary day. Nothing came of it though, thankfully. But yeah. That was in fact real.
Leafy, if you're watching this, you're a bully.
You cut it close, man. He would have come for your chin. He would have cut that thing right off.
Oh, you can come for us, though, man. We're open to it.
A little kiss on the cheek.
Speaking of kisses on the cheek, tell us a little about the Beef Boys. Why is that the name?
Well, we do meat themed content, so we'll do like meat reviews. We'll take like sausages and we'll just like we'll dissect them, see like the quality of meat. No, I'm just kidding. It's like
Big fans of meatspin.com.
Right. No, that's it. Yeah. We do cum tributes to Meatspin. It's a podcast. I don't even really like calling it a podcast because it is a podcast, but it's also not because it's basically me and my three greatest boys on the internet. Many kudos, James Miller, Andrew Miller. We all sit in an abandoned Taco Bell and we just talk shit for an hour. But it's been a lot of fun. It's been like the most creatively fulfilling thing I've done as of late, just because like, obviously sometimes I don't have time to spend a couple weeks on a video. Sometimes I just want to shoot the shit with my boys. And that's been a good place to kind of just take my brain and just wring out all the cum and piss onto something, So
and you need that. You need that.
Yeah, and I do feel like there is like that freeing aspect of podcasting where it's like, it's like you want to talk about some things, but you don't want to go into depth about everything all the time. And it's just like this sort of loose off the cuff, just like, just say whatever. It doesn't matter,
Yeah. Spend an hour just saying racial slurs. Sometimes, it's therapeutic. that is what we do on Beef Boys. We spend an hour saying racial slurs. So come on by.
If that doesn't sell you, I don't know what will.
Speaking of getting sold, check out our YouTube channel. If you're listening to this episode, we actually do a video version of every single episode on our YouTube channel. Just head on over to youtube.com and search for Thought Cops in the search bar. Hit enter as hard as you fucking can and subscribe, because we're putting up all kinds of stuff. We got our re-educationing videos. We got highlights and clips from the podcast, from this Twitch streams, which you can subscribe to us at twitch.tv/thoughtcops if you haven't. And but we've been kind of wanting to focus more on, like I said, highlight clips, and also there's a whole
piss
other
content.
We got tons of piss play. There's all kinds of, there's a whole other dimension to this show where if you're only listening, guess
That's
what?
half the experience.
Open your eyes. Because we're sitting here and I'm looking at Doplex, I'm looking at ourselves here, and we're looking pretty good for a Saturday night. We're fresh, we're happy, we're good.
Yeah.
And so just head on over to youtube.com, search for Thought Cops, because the video episodes are a lot of fun, and Zwick does a really good job editing them. He puts a lot of hard work in for us, and we do appreciate him. So check it out.
God bless.
But let's move right along to a very famous, very favorite segment of the show, which I like to call 2 Minutes of Hate, where we blanket punish every single thing that's on our phones and on our computers that annoys us and gets under our skin day after day.
We're going to yell at some clouds here.
That's right. Old Man Yells at Cloud, the show. Basically,
That's what we're
when
doing.
you hit 30 and you do a podcast about this stuff.
Old Kevin yells at Twitter.
Basically, which is what I'm about to do right now. This actually isn't specific to Twitter, but I will elaborate here. But my 2 minutes of hate this week is posting open wounds on social media. Now, I know there is, the internet is a relatively new form of communication. There isn't the established social etiquette that we have from eons of, normal, face-to-face communication, over the phone communication, even emails. We already, typing in all caps means you're yelling. You don't want to do that unless you're yelling. But, social media is relatively new by comparison. And I think that posting pictures of your open wounds on social media is a big no-no.
You wouldn't do that at a Thanksgiving dinner.
I mean, maybe you would amongst family, but it's like when you're on, and what I want to elaborate on with this is that I mostly see this on Facebook more than any other platform. I mostly see this on Facebook, and I don't know if it's the kind
That's
of people...
what you get for going on Facebook.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if this is the kind of people who, they're
who are left.
They're right, the leftovers. It's like that that book. But it's... it's mostly the kind of people where Facebook is their main avenue of social media communication, because you don't really see this on Twitter as much, and maybe it's because this kind of stuff gets reported and pulled quickly. But I sometimes go on Facebook and somebody oh yeah, I got hit, I got clipped by a car on my bike today, and they have it's 5 photos, and you see the one, and it's
their guts are hanging out.
It's +4. You can click on the rest. I'm like, I don't want to see anymore. What? It feels like,
hey, check this out.
It kind of feels like a very teenager-esque behavior to do, where it's check out this big gash on my leg, but it's people who are in their 30s and 40s. Yeah. And it just feels like it's a social faux pas, first of all, but it's also fucking gross. I don't want to see that shit.
I mean, if I could come back with a rebuttal, sure. I'm not going to say I enjoy this stuff. But I have seen a lot of gore on Twitter. It's kind of there's a subsect of people on the internet who like seeing that shit. Ever since LiveLeak got shut down, I can guarantee you there are people out there who see some dude posting a picture of his fucking balls cut off. Oh look, I got clipped by a car, and
took my balls.
Who enjoy that kind of content.
I'm fine with people enjoying the kind of content, but Cashew in the chat says she read it. She Reddit's mentioned. I'm having a stroke. Mentions Reddit, and it's if as much as people hate Reddit, which it's well warranted.
Yeah, rightfully so.
At least they segment it to be hey, if you want to look at like people cutting their dicks off, just go to r/people cutting their dicks off.
Yeah, there's a place for that. There's an app for that.
You used to have to like type in lemonparty.com or meatspin.com to actually go to a place. But it's like when there's this like unmoderated feed into your eyeballs of just like Facebook, Twitter, all these different websites where there's no navigation. We need some navigation. We need some segments. we need things like that, because I don't just want to see that, you know?
But it's like, it's these people who are like typically just on the edge of losing it, you know, and they're just like oversharing their every thought to Facebook, and it's like, well, guess what? Whatever can go wrong does go wrong, I guess, because look what happened to me. I got clipped by a car today, and I got a big open wound on my leg, and like they post like the pictures of the open wound, they post the pictures of the stitches and stuff, and it's like
Occam's razor.
It's like just find a better outlet for this, or grow the fuck up. You know, it's just weird.
I think Reddit would be the better outlet. Have you guys heard of r/goon caves?
No.
Is that like something awful goons?
No. It's a really wholesome subreddit. Highly recommend checking it out. It's basically it's like a real like passion subreddit. So it's basically like these guys, you know, they're very passionate about their environment where they live, and they decorate it in a way that's very. It's very true to themselves. So I highly recommend checking out r/goon caves if you ever want like a good wholesome moment.
Is it like male living space, right, but not
yeah, that's exactly
seriously?
What it is.
Right.
Yeah, it's male living spaces. So yeah, if you ever want to break from the gore and the wounds on Facebook, check out r/goon caves. I think you'll very much enjoy it.
You know what I like is Everyday Carry, where it's just like people will list their gender, their job, their age, and it'll be like
is that the new ASL
preschool teacher, and it's like, here's my wallet, my watch, my gun that I bring to work every day, and you're just like, why does everyone carry guns and knives on them all the time? And their job is I'm a high school teacher.
I'm doing a podcast right now, and I'm fully strapped up. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh, too bad we don't have the green gun.
Yeah,
the
we
green
do have
gun's over there.
688 queer techno-fascist in the chat has a great suggestion for us, which is a re-education video about netiquette.
That's called internet comment etiquette already.
But we could just do it ourselves.
We just steal his jokes.
Yeah.
It's fine. Whatever.
Nobody will notice. Nobody will. I guarantee you, nobody will notice.
Do a takedown video.
But my punishment though for this 2 minutes of hate, people who post their open wounds on social media. You guys mentioned Reddit. There's a place for that on Reddit apparently. My 2 minutes of hate is Reddit is down the hall and to the left. You're banned.
Damn.
You're banned from Twitter, Facebook, whatever, and you're just stuck.
You did the whole Donald Trump meme.
You're just stuck to Reddit, and you can post your fucking sick shit to anybody else, any other sickos out there who want to see it, and you get it. Here's your Reddit gold, sir.
That meme is one of my favorite. Like that meme of Donald Trump in Home Alone 2 pointing and saying Reddit's down the hall and to the left is, I think, maybe one of the greatest memes ever created. I'll be completely honest, because it's that stupid fucking font and it's that like dumb setup, and it's like the perfect antidote to that exact sense of humor. It's just like, here's your fucking token, get out. It's great.
Yeah. And also I do want to clarify, because I now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like people are going to go to r/goon caves, and I don't know how old your guys' viewer base is, but it's a subreddit dedicated to dudes who fill their walls with porn, and they jack off with their boys with just 5 different monitors set up, and just nothing but different porn on their setup. So just wanted to throw that out there. I know it kind of ruins the mystery. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
But that's
God bless him. You know. God bless him. Doplex, what is your 2 minutes of hate? What's bugging you?
Yeah, so people on specifically Twitter who will say some like stupid shit, just some fuck shit, and they'll end it. They'll like say something that they think is profound. Because let's be honest, a lot of people on Twitter, they think they're fucking. What's the dude who says profound shit? I don't know.
Socrates, I think it was.
Neil deGrasse
everybody
Tyson.
thinks they're Socrates. Yeah, so they'll be like, you guys think that or bologna doesn't belong on hot dogs, but you're not ready for that conversation. People end things with "you're not ready for that conversation" because nobody wants to have a conversation.
Yeah,
Why? It's stupid.
Didn't know
you.
I had to be ready for this.
Yeah, I didn't know I had homework today. You fucking dumbass. People who say profound shit and end it with "but y'all ain't ready for that conversation." That's. I don't know if I could really stretch that out into 2 minutes. But
doesn't matter.
If Kevin just went off for like 20, so
yeah, you can
okay.
Do what
you're
you got.
doing us a favor, actually.
All right, and my punishment would be to take their phone away. Nice, easy pun. No, actually, I feel like that'd be torture because I feel like if you're terminally online to the point where you're using internet, is rhetoric a word? I don't know.
It is. Yeah,
rhetoric is
a word.
Yes,
it's in the dictionary.
All right, yeah. Take their phone away. Get rid of it. Throw it in the Hudson. Get it out of here. I don't want to see it.
But they're not ready for that conversation, I don't think.
Well, but y'all ain't ready for that conversation.
It's funny too because the thing that ensues in that post is just people having a conversation about the topic.
People being ready for
and they are ready.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not
People
ready
always
for this conversation about I don't know, like women in the workplace, and it's just like, okay, yeah, no,
and it's
we'll just like
100 guys who are just Popeye who just ate his spinach, like, oh, let me at him. They're ready.
They were born ready. Yeah.
Grant, what's your 2 minutes of hate?
I'm gonna piggyback. I can't talk today.
You know, you had it right the first time.
I'm only half a beer. I'm only one beer in.
The hell's in
and
this crap?
I can't talk.
5.4%.
I think you need to stop
alcohol.
drinking, but y'all ain't ready for that conversation.
Alcoholism, it's a problem. Not for me.
Is that your 2 minutes of hate,
just
Grant?
for some people, it's a big problem. A lot of people
it is
get afflicted by it's a disease.
Is that your 2 minutes of hate?
Anybody that says that it's not.
Is alcoholism your 2 minutes?
Are you
of
bringing
hate?
awareness
you should riff on that?
To piggyback off of Kevin's,
lazy.
I hate that's my
I'm just
shtick.
kidding, yeah.
That's my shtick is lazy. Like gym fail videos. I've never liked that. Like a good, funny someone making an asshole out of themselves. Like great, fine. The amount of videos that I've seen, and you know, I'm into fitness. I've lifted things off the ground.
We see you.
I've put them back onto the ground.
YouTube.com/stalkups. You could see what he looks like, and you'd be like, "Oh yeah, he's into fitness."
And see, the thing is, there's some funny.
He's holding barbells right now.
Yeah.
I am. It's all there. You got to see it to believe it. There's some funny, like, oh, some guy using a machine wrong. Great, fine, whatever. The amount of videos I've seen where someone's knees have snapped backwards.
Oh my God.
I never want to see that for the rest of my life.
Those are awesome.
Didn't like somebody post that once in the Discord and like you were like, never do that again.
It's like an unofficial rule. And I am very glad that people like abide by it and like as a result like do not post that
also,
stuff
if you
or
think
do
it's
some
funny,
sort of warning.
if you hear this and think it's funny to do the opposite of what he said and post that in there,
that's also a 2 minutes of hate.
You're getting banned.
Flood the chat with knee snapping videos.
That's another 2 minutes of hate, but y'all ain't ready for that conversation.
They're not.
I will say, Grant, I think you're violently underselling awareness. People need to listen. If I see a video of some person stupidly using a leg press to the point where their fucking legs turn into Kit Kat bars, I'm probably gonna take some precautions next time I'm at the gym.
I mean,
it's awareness, you know. That's how you learn. You guys ever go on ron.com and you see like that dude who got his head cut off by the fucking helicopter propellers?
Oh, classic.
When I see helicopters, I think fear. I stay away from them. It's awareness.
That's all well and good. And like
imagine the kids who didn't see that video growing up. They're getting their heads chopped off by helicopters every day.
They're all fucking dead now.
And they're definitely not traumatized.
There's a point with certain people where it's like, yeah, this should be a warning sign for certain people for like how to do things correctly, how to do things incorrectly. Like, I don't know, a couple months ago, there was a video that was circulating of like a guy doing like an incline bench press and just like his pec snapped and it just like it was just not fun to watch. And like everyone was like one, this dude's on a lot of steroids.
Mm-hmm.
Steroids don't strengthen your joints. They strengthen your muscles. They don't do too much to strengthen your joints. Watch out for that. And then obviously there's some form things. But I've also seen other videos of people who are like professional power lifters that for all intents and purposes are doing everything correctly and still like just both knees snap. And it's just like, I don't need to see it.
Guys be out here looking like the younger Taguro brother from the end of the Dark Tournament arc.
Wait. What? What's that?
My punishment is, I don't know, you post one of these videos and I accidentally look at it, your knees snap backwards. How do you like that?
I'm imagining that, but also with that like horrific female TikTok voice over it.
Which there's a lot.
Well, whatever the one that you hear mostly.
Knee snapping at the gym.
The narration one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, don't do this when your knees snap backwards and your bones come out and they're bright white because, and it's just like you're seeing the most horrific shit you've ever seen in your life, and this like this voice is like narrating the whole thing.
It is a horrific sounding voice in that context.
It is, yeah. Man's male breasts explode at the gym. Where do you get that voice? Who recorded that? It's not Siri.
Actually, one of those voices was stolen from a voice actor, and they had to stop using it. So they stole it, is basically.
Gotcha.
Well, that leads right into our main segment of the show for Thought Cops, which is, if you haven't listened before...
The podcast that we're doing right now, you fucking idiot.
If this is your first time here, we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories, and we sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and often quite unusual punishment.
I'm going through my phase where I'm just like the guy that shits on the audience. It's like, fuck you fucking morons. You don't know what podcast you're listening to, you idiots.
And then we'll do the next live show. We'll be like, oh yeah, my key to the city goes to the fans, the listeners. And everybody gets up and fucking claps and kisses your ass. Like that.
Right.
Let's start off with this. Everybody's talking about the big man in Hollywood right now, Chris Pratt.
Oh yeah.
Did you
He's
say
so cool?
Did you say Chris Pratt or did you say crisp rat? Anyway, so Chris Pratt, a lot of people hate him. Kevin's like walking all the way down the hall.
He's getting in. Well, I was gonna say he's getting in his car and leaving, but no, he's getting on the blue line and leaving.
So we pick back off. We pick back up on where we last left off, which is Chris Pratt is voicing Mario in the Mario movie.
What is that going to sound like? What is that going to sound like?
Oh, cool, dude. I'm Mario.
Hey, it's me. I'm doing this kooky voice for a kids movie. Hey,
yeah,
something like that.
That's what it's going to sound like.
Yeah,
and then. This week, they announced that Chris Pratt is also voicing Garfield in some sort of Garfield movie, I suppose.
Because we need more of those. We definitely need more Garfield movies.
Why
is it this guy? Like what?
Why to the whole thing? Why Garfield? Why Chris Pratt? Why movies anymore in general?
Yeah.
Stop making them.
Yeah, stop making movies. Let's get rid of those.
Because all of this is just like we're retreading the same old tired shit. Like we have like multiple Garfield cartoons. We have other Garfield movies. Now
nobody likes Garfield.
No, I'm looking right at the camera. Nobody likes Garfield.
Likes Garfield.
Like, who was asking for this?
I mean Garfield has gained popularity. Specifically from being fucking stupid. Like, people have made people have made memes of Garfield because it's kind of like the inside joke. Oh, he's a stupid cat.
The joke is that Hollywood, it's bad.
yeah, but I feel like Hollywood took that as like
talking about Garfield is because we're all like, yeah, he sucks. The cartoon sucks. The comics suck. The movies suck. Fuck Garfield.
Everybody listen to the Daily Garfcast. hosted by one of our beloved listeners, IoNetrunner. But it's,
I want to say really quick, the only thing that would make this movie worth it.
Yeah, it's real. Yeah, I'm not joking. That's real.
The only thing that would make this movie worth it is, you know how normally movies come out on a Friday?
I see where you're going.
What if this came out on a Monday? Wouldn't that be funny?
That would be fucking hilarious. I hate it. Honestly, I think the Garfield movie is specifically, I think its sole purpose is to fuel the meme economy on the internet. It's just so people have new screenshots to be like, oh, here's Garfield. He's got his penis out and he's fucking the dude from the regular show. Isn't this funny?
I can't wait to buy my Garfield NFT and stick it on my fridge.
That'll happen. That'll fucking happen. They got SpongeBob NFTs now.
They got. We'll talk about NFTs after this because that's been a thing.
So that has been a
thing. So that's a thing.
It has been a thing.
Fuck. What?
So anyway, Chris Pratt gets cast as Garfield in the Garfield movie. He's also cast as Mario, and like the funny thing was, literally every quote retweet, every person sharing the article like thought it was fake. They're like, this surely has to be a joke,
fake.
Right?
It looks fake.
And then it's like, no, it
seems fake.
It's from the Hollywood Reporter. It's real. And like, I have not seen one positive thing about this movie. It has been unanimously negative. Like, nobody's happy about
it's Garfield.
This. Like, it's like, Garfield, even if you're going to make this movie, like, why couldn't they get like Nick Offerman or like somebody else who is like has that cadence of speech?
One of you guys.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Yeah. Grant, you'd be great.
I'll be Garfield. That's fine. Mondays.
Real quick, Grant, before you continue, can you guys give me your best? Like, give me just a day in the life. Give me a Garfield comic strip that you guys are voicing. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Let me set the scene here. It's Monday.
I'll be Odie or John, or I'll be John. All right. So I'm walking in. All right. Kevin, you're Garfield.
Sure.
I'm walking in. All right. I'm trying to think of like the best John voice. Garfield, I'm having a woman over later today.
Well, that's a first.
See, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, great. Line up. All right, I'm gonna set you up with a Garfield comic strip. Okay, Garfield, have you seen my Garfield? Have you seen my belt?
It's in my ass.
Oh, come on.
That's a little too low hanging fruit. See, if I were Garfield in that situation, you want to go with some nice adult suicide reference. So you'd be like, it's hanging in the closet where you left it in the shape of a noose.
You know what? I just thought of another way, that the only other way I would see this movie. First of all, my number one demand, this is not a request, it's a demand. That
you can do that. We are internet authoritarians. We are allowed to make demands.
They are taking advice from this podcast.
The movie releases on a Monday, first of all. Second of all, Fatal Farm directs it. Fatal Farm, they're the guys who did Lasagna Cat.
Yeah.
They are the only ones I trust to handle the Garfield property.
That would be fantastic if that was a thing.
Every time I think of Garfield, and Kevin, this is your fault. Every time I think of Garfield, I think of the one Lasagna Cat video where they were doing like a fighting simulator, like a turn-based RPG.
Oh, the Final Fantasy one?
Yeah, the Final Fantasy one. And it goes to like Jim Davis, and then the drop-down menu is skills, and it's just blank.
Dude, that video,
you point out the screen and you're like, it's because he's saying that he has no skills.
And I have to explain it
every time.
How many, like, I can't tell you how many people I have like tied up and forced to watch those videos. Like, or the pipe one, where it's like an hour and a half long of the guy doing the pipe. Like, I can't tell you how many people I've been like, you trust me, this is good. You have to sit through the entire thing, and I will be watching your reactions the entire time, making you incredibly uncomfortable. Anyway, so Chris Pratt,
he
gets cast, and then an article comes out that is titled. Let me find the exact headline here.
Chris Pratt found dead. That's
Doplex. You're not too far off, actually. The article is
drop it in the chat.
Chris Pratt went to bed upset and depressed following social media backlash.
Yeah, so this is like part 2.
Man, the internet doesn't want me to play this fucking cat.
Well, there's
is that what he said?
There's a couple different things that are going on. So Chris Pratt, oh fuck. Video's been taken down. God damn it. Okay, so if you can drop that post into chat, I would like to go over that.
I did.
So this is all stemming from people are starting to hate Chris Pratt. And I think it's because so he was on Parks and Rec. He was Andy. Everyone was like, oh, the sort of goofy, dumb, well-meaning guy. He seems funny. And then he started getting all these sort of more serious roles. And then people
Zero Dark 30. I was like, oh, the guy from Parks and Rec is in this movie. How interesting.
And I think it's one of those things where it's these are Hollywood actors. Really, we shouldn't be building them up so much.
Really quick.
Yeah.
What is with the pipeline of NBC sitcom actor to military propaganda movie?
I don't know.
I was Jim from The Office.
Exactly, yeah.
Folks, we got 2 examples.
That's true.
We got 2 examples, and that's true. All you need to prove a point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's part of their contract. They're like, you make them laugh, and then you make them want to carry a gun.
You make them want to overthrow the Venezuelan government.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, people start sort of hating on him more and more. And there's this weird thing with the church that he's a part of had some weird thing where they have certain beliefs that can be categorized as homophobic, which is just let's just call every every
I
church.
don't believe it.
Yeah. And he was oh, this isn't representative of my values and stuff like that. People keep bringing it up. There's a whole sort of thing. And it's one of those things too, where I think people are getting to the point where they're oh, he's a Republican, and so they hate him, which in and of itself is just whatever. I bet most of these people are. They're disaffected Hollywood actors. They grew up who cares?
You need to focus on yourself.
It's getting weirder and weirder because he's playing into it more and more. And so he posts this photo on Instagram. And it's really weird.
And let me actually preface this really quick because there was a Twitter post that kind of summed this up really well, and I retweeted it on the Thought Cops account. Let me find it really quick. It says the real political divide in America can be summed up by whether you think this post from Chris Pratt comes off as A, sweet and normal, or B, cringe and insane. So Grant, if you want to go ahead and read that, it's a picture of him and his wife.
Whoops, I forgot that we were. So
which one's Chris Pratt?
So he says, "Guys, for real, look at how she's looking at me. I mean, find somebody that looks at you like that. You know what? We met in church. She's given me an amazing life, a gorgeous, healthy daughter. She chews so loudly that sometimes I put in my earbuds to drown it out, but that's love. She helps me with everything in return. Periodically, I open a jar of pickles. That's the trade. Her heart is pure." Gee, I can't read all this. Okay, it's drivel. It's garbage.
Well, I get the point.
He kind of goes on a little further, though, because he does
my greatest treasure right next to my Ken Griffey Jr. upper deck rookie card, which if you know is saying
it's just
a lot.
Like me.
It's her birthday in about 6 weeks, so if I don't get her anything, I'll tell her to look back on this post. Love you, honey. And it's just her looking at him.
And the whole thing comes down to get you somebody who looks at you like this.
Literally, yeah.
But okay, I think the question it begs is okay, well, what do you offer her besides I'm
money.
Awesome? Yeah, money.
Is she, but is she a celebrity or is she just some random chick?
She's I think Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. I think so. Her last name's Schwarzenegger, so she's related.
That's gotta be an uncomfortable.
Not a lot of people with that last name.
Related somehow. But
Funny how that works.
There was another thing too, though, where it was oh, well, he is a kid with Anna Faris who's like, I think was premature and sort of like developmentally challenged a little bit. And he was like, oh, my kid's strong and healthy. And everyone was like, you got other kids. So I think that's sort of people were whatever. I want to find this video, though. So you guys keep doing Garfield skits, and I'm going to try and see if I can find this video.
Yeah,
like
Doplex
his weird acknowledgement of what happened, because it's super weird.
Okay, wait, it's again, it's a Monday. We're in the Arbuckle residence.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Garfield, I'm making... What's the opposite of lasagna? Garfield, I'm making tuna casserole for dinner.
Oh, gee. His favorite.
That was pretty good. A little hard to understand the joke.
Yeah, no, I agree.
More so in the delivery.
It should be clearer immediately.
Yeah,
because
a little more on the nose.
That's all well and good, but I found the video, so you can stop.
Okay. Well, you want the joke to be clear that Garfield's perspective is that John is being selfish.
So he's trending online, and he gets his feelings hurt because people are talking bad about him, which is just like, I don't know, like cry your tears, like dry your tears with $100 bills, like what, you know?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But he made these videos that he shared to Instagram, so cool. And they're pretty weird. Check this out.
Good morning, everybody. I woke up, I went to bed last night really kind of upset and depressed, and I woke up feeling crappy.
Yeah, me too.
And
sorry, real quick, I fucking hate his outfit.
Work out.
Can I just say that?
Yeah, so he's wearing like
goofy.
stars and stripes, and this is sort of what I was talking about, where everyone's like, oh, he's like a conservative, and like some people are like, that's fine, whatever, who cares? And then other people are like, he's kind of playing into the angle kind of a lot. You know, like,
yeah,
he seems to be leaning more and more into it, which is just like, I don't know.
I mean, I don't hate it for any sort of political bias or anything, because I have none. I just think it's an ugly outfit. I just think it looks fucking stupid on him.
I think it's more so to the point, not necessarily that like people are hating on that in and of itself, but that it feels like he feels the need to play up that aspect in a certain sort of way.
Right. Yeah,
I'm trying to speak on behalf of the people that
let's let the man speak for himself. See what he has to say.
Yeah, at the end of the
let
day,
him speak for himself.
Let him speak for himself.
Good morning, everybody. I woke up, I went to bed last night really kind of upset and depressed, and I woke up feeling crappy. And
oh no,
I didn't want to work out. I didn't want to. I knew, though, that if I put on my Christian music playlist and I got out in the woods and ran, that I'd feel better, but I just didn't want to. And I did it anyways, and gosh, was I right. It felt amazing. I got out in the woods, got my blood pumping, and God is like, sat down there right next to me. I say this as a guy who, I don't get emotional that often, but I actually got emotional out in the woods. I was out in the woods on this run, and I just felt like there was another in the fire standing next to me. And that was the song, actually. I don't know. I think that's the lyric in the song. I don't know the name of the song. It's a really good one. But that moment, it really captured me. And so I just want to say all glory to God. And if you feel down today, maybe get exercise and maybe listen to some good worship music or get the word in, because it really helped me this morning.
Hell yeah.
So the message is clear. We have not bullied him hard enough.
I think that is the message.
He's turned to God. He's turned to God. We got to get him to a point where not even God can help him.
Yeah.
So
we have to
all of you listening
drain the religion from his body, because it is one of those things.
Something so traumatic that would have him come to his knees and think, "What kind of God would allow this to happen?"
Yeah.
It's also like, I do feel like this is one of my problems with any sort of like apology or interaction with certain celebrities that have been canceled or be scrutinized or criticized or whatever, is when they completely sort of like sodomized, what have you, is when they completely sort of like blow over the point. Like, people are criticizing him. There's a couple criticisms that are valid, some invalid. I don't care. What am I, the thought cops? And so his response is like, man, I felt really bad yesterday about what everyone was saying about me.
Yeah.
So I went on a run and I felt better. And it's just like, I don't know if anyone cares if you feel, but people don't want you to feel better. Like, you know what I mean?
People want everything to stop. Just everything that's happening all the time, every day. We want that to stop. I don't give a fuck if you feel better because you went for a little run. We want the NFT shit to stop. We want the fucking reboots to stop. We want the virus to stop. We just want it all to stop. That's what I care about.
But y'all ain't ready for that conversation.
Already.
So I don't know.
I will say whatever people are mad at Chris Pratt for isn't that bad. I don't really. It's like, who fucking cares? For one, wasn't there like a whole thing where him and Anna Faris like abandoned some dog and like got arrested for animal? I don't know the facts. Wasn't there something like where they like got into some hot water for like animal abuse?
Probably.
You know what?
I don't know.
Why aren't people looking at that?
I don't care.
I'm not saying you should
look it up. You're probably right. You might not even be right, and I'm fine with that.
We're letting this man play an animal, a pet, a beloved pet.
Disgusting.
Kind of ironic, if you ask me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the whole like, oh, he's a conservative like thing is a little overblown because it's like, he's a rich white guy. Who cares? Like, of course he is. But like, I think it is getting to the point though where I do feel like the more I see of him, the more I do just sort of like instinctually hate him. Like his whole.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
That's how I am with what's the dude's name? Tom Holland. Spider-Man guy.
Yeah.
Like it's just when you keep seeing a celebrity's face and just in different shit. Like I'm starting to get like that with Timothy fucking Chalamet.
I was always like that with him.
Yeah, it's just like when you feel like you're constantly being like force fed a specific prolific man. After a while, you're just like, I don't fucking care. I don't want any more of him. Give me that guy.
And it's like part of that is not their fault. It's like that's the movie producers, everybody pushing that kind of stuff out there. But it's a natural response. It's like I'm sick of them all too. I don't want to see any of these people anymore.
Just this whole thing of like, I was just feeling crappy, which is just like because people fucking hate you.
But then I talked to God.
Then I talked to God, and he sat right down next to me, and we had it out. And I was listening to this great worship music that you should check out. And it's just like, man, we are on different fucking wavelengths. Man,
I love that. Like he kind of like was able to quote the song. Can you imagine being the band who is like, "Come on, just say the name. Say the name." No. Like they were so
that
close.
Is true.
They were so close to blowing the fuck up, and he just was like, I kind of went like, I forgot the name of the song, and they're just like, no.
He forgot the name of the song because all that music sounds exactly
because
the same.
It's all crap. Yeah. That's why.
Yeah, he's gonna be talking about this podcast. Yeah, these couple of guys were talking shit about me. I can't remember the podcast.
Yeah, come on, say it. Cops, no.
Oh God!
But then he'll sit down next to God and have God give him a hand job. And
that's cool. We got the Justin Wang retweet. We're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
The next best thing.
Speaking of the next best thing,
well, let's punish Chris Pratt.
Oh yeah,
we got to punish him.
Let's. I
want to see him. I want to see him get lost in the woods from Twin Peaks. You know, he ends up in the Black Lodge. He's like, oh yeah, I saw God. No, that was Bob. And he invited you into the Black Lodge, and you're running around in that fucking.
He's stuck there for 25
scary,
years.
Scary, yeah. He's just like running through the corridors, like the endless corridors, you know. And there is like a Garfield's there and Mario, and they're both like talking backwards,
doing a weird dance,
like saying some really cryptic shit.
They're speaking in riddles.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's like lyrics to some worship band.
That's, I think, the best we can do with that. I always feel like it's a mixed bag because I feel like I have to talk on behalf of all these people that like are saying all these things, and it's like I don't care about really any of this. In truth, I just don't want him voicing Mario. That's all I care about. He's honestly, not fucking Mario.
I honestly do think that like all of this anger and vitriol doesn't have anything to do with this politics, but like the fact that he's Mario, like. Yeah, I really think that's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
People were digging up like anti-Italian tweets that he had from like 10 years ago. I'm not kidding either. Like he was like, I don't know if I can say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. WAP and Dago were said.
Yeah, you can say that.
They're white. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm white. No, but like, yeah, they were like, and this y'all's Mario. Mic drop.
Yeah, you drop the mic. Yeah.
Pretend like I dropped.
Zwick would be so upset if we dropped the mic.
He hops on. Hey guys, don't actually drop the mic. Just say mic drop.
Just say it out loud,
and then move on with the bit.
People will understand. Who would you guys cast as Mario? If like Chris Pratt,
Charles Martin,
like,
Charles Martin.
I don't know. If not him, actually. Doplex, that's a very interesting question that I've never actually asked myself because number one, I don't want the movie to exist. Number two, I don't know that anyone else could fill those shoes better than Charles Martinet. But at the same time, Charles, he's not going to be around forever. Somebody else is going to have to do it.
That is true. But that's the thing. Like, he's old. Like, give him one part where he can voice Mario. Give him like an actual speaking voice instead of just like "Bing Bing Wahoo, let's go Mexico, come on." Like, just.
But like, that's all I kind of want from Mario, though.
Also, like, I think we talked about this on one of the couple previous episodes, but it's just one of those things too, where it's like, these voice acting roles used to be taken by voice actors, and now it's just completely 100% just like shove in the biggest name you possibly can.
It's a bummer, man.
That is true.
If Patrick Stewart isn't voicing the shit emoji, your movie's not going to sell.
Do you guys know when that started? Because like I remember...
So I've heard that Robin Williams doing the voice of Genie was one of the bigger ones.
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Timeline wise, that matches up.
Right.
That was like, I remember being a kid and watching like shows on like Nickelodeon, like Fairly Odd Parents. They had like Billy Crystal.
Right.
But it was like a one-off thing where it was like
Norm Macdonald.
They would have like Norm Macdonald, exactly. Like, it was like a special thing. It was a special occasion, Yeah. And then they did like the live action thing, like, oh, let's get Drake Bell to play a real life Timmy Turner. Doesn't make any fucking sense, but
boy, did that
he's
work
famous.
out well.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's where everything that's where it started going downhill for him, I think.
Yeah. And then as a result, it's just like, I don't know, like think of some of your favorite animated movies and just like think of like who voiced some of those characters, and it's like, who voiced Aladdin? Like, I don't fucking know who voiced Aladdin. Who voiced a lot of these movies? I don't know like the name of the actors, and maybe that's partially Hollywood's fault for like not voicing people, like not promoting their voice actors correctly. But nowadays it's just like, Seth Rogen is, I don't know, Donkey Kong. Like,
did you
James
know they've already
Franco is Princess Peach.
There might be a Donkey Kong spin-off movie coming out already. Like, just
the movie hasn't come out yet.
Speaking of other horrible things, NFTs.
Speaking of Donkey Kong.
We've talked about NFTs on the show, maybe even
this
too
is
much.
going to.
Some would argue maybe too much.
If you're watching at home, this may shock and surprise you to see the image that's about to go on screen. Here we go.
Thought Cops NFTs coming this fall. Next fall.
How does that make you feel?
This makes me feel bad. So for the folks listening, this is the latest cover of Rolling Stone magazine. And it's one of these Neopet things.
It's a
what are these
angry
called?
Ape or
angry ape.
It's fucking hideous. I hate it.
Mild monkeys.
Bored Ape. Bored Ape Yacht Club.
How come all NFTs have to be so ugly? Like, why?
Dude, they're terrible.
I don't know. And it's like, honestly,
why can't
if they
have some sort of like flattering art style?
I don't know, man. It's like the angry or lazy lions, whatever the hell. All this stuff looks so bad. Like, there are so many hungry artists on Twitter who constantly have their commissions open and don't even charge that much. And people are buying this for $2 million. Because the funny thing is, you're supposed to, I guess. Because
but the funny thing is, this isn't even that bad compared to a lot of I'd say a bigger majority of NFTs are fucking the most hideous pixel art I've ever seen in my life. It's just like 6 dots with a smiley face smoking a cigar. It's like
those
here you go,
like
3.7 million.
Yeah. And speaking of that, like Doplex, I was watching your NFT video on the way here actually. And I do agree with your assessment of the whole thing, which was like, I mean, there is, a lot of this stuff, like we assign value to things, like you mentioned, like collectibles that you keep buying, but like The argument for that is like you cut away to your like rubber duck collection. The argument for that is those are kind of cool looking. I like those.
Right.
People like the aesthetic. It's aesthetically pleasing. It's whether or not it's something you can put on your shelf or whatever the hell display. Yeah. It's something that means something. Art
exactly
connects with people. It means something. This means nothing to nobody.
It's a JPEG.
People they're just buying it because you're supposed to.
Like,
it's the cool thing to do.
It's like Beanie Babies, but like so much worse.
Right. And like people like being like they were little cute little things. Like,
but like to be fair, most people buying Beanie Babies weren't buying them because they liked the little character. They were buying them because this is an investment.
Yes and no. I think like
kids liked them.
Yeah,
like kids, but like
kids
people who were like,
them,
like our age now who were buying them back then, it was like
Right.
Well, I didn't go to college, so I guess I'll buy a Beanie Baby.
Do you know that one picture of like there's a it's a picture of a courtroom and it's like a divorced couple separates their Beanie Baby collection. It is one of those things where it's like
how is that
people go fucking insane over this shit. And there is something deep and dark and disgusting in people's head that looks at this fucking monkey and goes, I need to own that. I need to own,
have it.
But it is one of those things though, where, like, to Kevin's point, like I've not heard a single person like say something positive about this artwork. Like I have heard people say like, oh, this is a great investment. NFTs are like the blockchain, like they're so usable, they're so great, you can do so many things with them, and it's just like, but like this thing looks dumb. Like, is there anybody out there that goes like, oh, I really like this picture of this monkey, I want to own, like, I've not heard a single person. If someone thinks that, please point, like,
it's like really quick,
email the podcast and tell me that you like how this monkey looks.
Podcast
I need to know that there's one person out there
that
like gets their brain titillated by fucking their eyeballs. Look at this. I just need that. That's all I need.
They got a brain injury and they're like, I got to buy this JPEG.
Fine, great. Just
I think that's how that happens.
Someone tell me
like
that.
Some explanation. If that's what it is, fine. If you're dying, you're going crazy. Okay, sure.
I think I can kind of fill in some blanks here.
Please,
from what
we're begging.
What I've gathered. I think it's so obviously it's not about the actual art themselves, and I think one of the reasons why they look so ugly is because they want to disincentivize, de-incentivize, I can't fucking speak. I don't know words. They want to do the opposite of incentivize people to just right click and save as this ugly fucking picture.
That is so stupid.
It's bad looking.
But that is the dumbest logic
I don't even know if this
heard.
is facts. I don't even know if this is facts because I tweeted something out the other day. It was like a picture of a Sonic ice cream that was like half melting. And I said like, why do all NFTs look like this?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And some people were saying that was the reason. It's because they want it to be ugly. He could have been fucking memeing, but it made sense to me. Of like, you want it to be ugly enough to people don't want to bother right clicking and saving this picture and, blowing it up at Walmart and putting it on a fucking blanket or a mug. Because essentially what you're paying for is you're paying for like the little codes with the blips and blops, ones and zeros in the image itself.
Yeah.
But the price point makes no fucking sense. Because first of all, who the fuck has that much money just chilling? And second of all, if you had that much money, why would you spend it all on a fucking image like this?
Right. And
that part doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, more so to the point of what you were saying about the price tag. Like if this is your first Thought Cops podcast and you have no idea what NFTs are and like why we're making a big deal, is that this image of this fucking monkey smoking a cigar, wearing a captain's hat with moving bananas in the background, wearing a Hawaiian shirt, this image is worth 2 or 3 houses. I'm not joking. Yeah. People are paying
like 2 or 3 mansions,
millions of dollars for these dumb fucking things. And like, there's no part of me that isn't just like, this is one, rich people frivolously spending money, which is what they do anyway, and 2, like money laundering for crimes. Like, there's no way that
what it is.
It's not those 2 things.
I know, like
no
Doplex,
one else can afford $1 million image of this fucking dumb shit.
Doplex, in your video about NFTs, you also said it was like the difference was that like having an image on your phone or your computer, it's a copy of an image, but the NFT is
It's the original.
The original, like, and that logic is like that. That's like the one line of logic where I can almost see, like, I can see why, but it's clear that people are using that simple logic to follow as a money laundering scheme. It's like, yeah, no, it's the original. It's the original. And it's like they just make this shit up. It's like they just like, well, technically it's true, and it's like a great way to fucking pass large amounts of money back and forth.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it really just comes down to like fucking crypto moguls just with so much, a disgusting amount of money, more money than any one person should ever have at their disposal to waste on shit like this. It's people like that who have so much fucking money and they don't know what to do with it. And they see this new trend of like, hey, I could buy this PNG of a penis with a smiley face. I'm going to throw my money into that because it could be worth double my money in 6 years from now. I don't know if that's how it fucking works, but that would make sense to me. It's just stupid people with very, very stupid spending habits. If I had to guess.
It's a fair guess.
More to your point, I'm trying to find this interaction that I found. To your point of ownership, there was this insane... I found this and I had to screen cap it. This is another NFT. McDonald's is selling NFTs. Basically, every company that doesn't need any more money. McDonald's made its money selling you millions of hamburgers.
Yeah,
they're selling you a picture of a hamburger. God only knows how much it's worth. So they're
imagine going back in time and telling anybody this.
So McDonald's, and like this like hurts my brain, but I had to screenshot this because to your point of ownership, people are buying into this concept greatly. And to what ends is this like a troll, or to what ends is this just like people are insane? I don't know. So McDonald's tweets out, I present to you the most important NFT. Retweet for a chance to win one of 10 exclusive McRib NFTs.
I gotta have one of those McRib NFTs.
Really, look at this image of this tweet, though. You know what really pisses me off about this is the fucking twee all lowercase, and like they use like the letter U instead of U. Like they're typing like a 22-year-old e-girl.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Like,
right,
and it's like it's almost like infantilizing the whole thing too. Like, I present to you, look at our picture of a sandwich. We can
hey bestie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Any oomfies want to buy a $1 million picture of a sandwich?
And so this is bad in and of itself, but I had to go to the comments. I had to read through the comments.
First, you have to. Yeah,
one of the first
because
comments,
that's healthy.
I do the show.
I know. We're fucking heroes.
Unhealthy.
We are heroes.
So this one guy on Twitter says, it's mine now and for free. He clicked and saved the video. Done. End of sentence. Comment immediately under that says, care to share the Etherscan link of your transaction that proves ownership? Which is just like, man, we've lost the ball.
Yeah.
Prove that you own this photo.
Show me your Etherscan link. First of all, what the fuck are you even talking about, you dumbass? Like, you're saying words. I don't know these words. Save the video.
What did he say to respond to that? I don't need it. The file is on my phone, thus it is mine.
Which is just like, dude, imagine.
Kudos to him.
Imagine like you're on your phone at work, you're on your break, you're in the break room, and you're just like, hey, check out this photo. Check out this photo of a McRib that I have. And someone looks at it. Just to humor me. Someone looks at it and they go, you sure you own that photo? Can I see the Etherscan link to prove that you own this photo of
or
a
even
McRib?
Better, like, oh, my wife gave birth this weekend. Look, here's our beautiful newborn baby boy. It's like, can I see the ether code on that? Is that really your son?
You're kidding. But the rest of the conversation goes, sweet, I will take pictures of other people's deeds to their houses and have in my phone and then own all of their houses. I don't know if this is a joke. These people are talking about this picture you own of a McRib is the same thing. If you're going to right click and save that McRib, I'm going to right click and save the deed to your house,
your fucking
and
house.
Move in and fuck your wife.
That logic is so fucking funny. It's just the whole concept of this, that this dude is equating this McRib video. I want to go back to that. The fact that they're talking about a video of a spinning McRib Pokemon card thing. And like just the fact that it devolves into this of like, I'm gonna screenshot your deed and I own your house. Like it's so far removed from any grounds of reality that like it kind of fries my brain a little bit.
Yeah,
like I feel stupider looking at this.
I feel so dumb right now. Someone underneath that says this digital NFT by McDonald's could theoretically store data of a real estate title / deed settlement contract stored on the blockchain as an LLC via @Propy Inc. That digital image has more practical uses than you could ever imagine. Post underneath that says they could do that, but I think it's just a picture of a burger. And that's at the level that I'm at, where it's like, it's just a picture of a burger. It's not even a McRib. It's just it's a burger.
I guess that's true.
It's just a picture of it's worth 2 or 3 houses.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's on his phone. He has it now. He is the owner of that copy of that picture of that burger.
And I don't know what it was, but this past week, like this past Monday, every fucking company, every corporation threw their hat in the ring and was like, hey, we have NFTs, by the way. Like I saw like Quentin Tarantino collection NFTs.
Oh, God.
Like the Rolling Stone article about NFTs.
Right. So,
SpongeBob NFTs.
And like, the Rolling Stone one really sort of like hit the pavement hard. Like, and this is what was trending was the person that like is part of this project or doing this project or whatever, like said this line in this Rolling Stone article, and I quote, "Are we the Beastie Boys of NFTs? Because right after our initial success, it felt like the Beastie Boys going on tour with McDonald's. Fuck it, whatever. With Madonna. Everyone was like, who the fuck are these kids? And it's this dumb fucking
I don't think anyone
monkey.
said that. I don't think anyone said that to them.
Yeah, my first question was like, did that happen? Did the Beastie Boys go on tour with Madonna?
Maybe.
No, I don't think this interaction happened. I think first of all, it's a very dated reference. Oh, we're the Beastie Boys of NFTs. Like when they went on tour with Madonna. First of all, people buying these NFTs probably have no idea who the fuck these people are that you're talking about.
It's also very insulting.
The classic
Boys.
Beastie Boys Madonna defense. Yeah, nobody likes us because we are the Beastie Boys on tour with Madonna. That's why I get picked on all the time.
Yeah. God, that is. I weirdly have a headache after reading that. That's oddly dystopian.
I could feel the glaze like slowly, like just.
I could feel it as I was like reading all that, and I was like, I just got to push through. I gotta push through the glaze.
My brain is
like,
goop now.
Yeah, I was like, I guess these are words on the screen.
Ugh.
Anywho, we got to punish this fucking crap.
Yeah, can we kill them? Is that allowed here? Is that a punishment?
That is a punishment. We can do that. I say we steal their houses. Just the normal way.
We just like put on like black ski masks and just break in.
Yeah, like whatever. Like
start like smashing vases and like scary. Their wife is screaming like, ah! We're just like being Grant, or like standing there just like, get out. Everything is ours.
These are morally equivalent. I
fucking like take my shoes off and kick back in the lazy boy. Like, yep, I live here now. Get the fuck out of here. I still got my mask on.
You light a cigar with a stack of like a burning $100 bill.
I got a cigar. I fire off a warning shot just to scare him out of the house. You know.
They try to prove you wrong, and you tell them to show their ether scan link or whatever the fuck.
Oh, you live here? Can I see your ether code?
Oh, this is your house. Yeah, let me see your QR fucking barcode of this place.
Also, like, just coming back to that though, it's like the elementary school retort of like, hey, I was sitting there. Oh, I don't see your name on it.
Yeah, it's literally that.
It is exactly literally fucking that. We
it is literally
so stupid.
That's NFTs. You crack the code.
It's so stupid. Chris Pratt, make it stop.
I do wonder if they're gonna make like an NFT movie, like kind of, but like in the same vein of like
the emoji movie. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but like it's just a bunch of vague icons. It's a bunch of like vague icons with like they're somewhat like anthropomorphic. They have like a nice little shine to them. Like it'll be like a shoe. It's like, hey, I'm shoey.
It's gonna
I'm worth $6 million.
It's gonna be like the lazy lions versus the bored apes. That's gonna be the movie.
Shout out to IO Netrunner in the chat. It says Ether D's nuts. Fine for
Thank
nuts,
you.
But yeah. That's essentially
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Legitimately, anytime someone says, "Where's my code?" It's a Ether D's. D's what?
NFTs.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Oh, let's move on though. Let's move on to Key to the City. Something nice, something good, something swell for a change.
Something sweet.
Actually, I want to say on behalf of both of us really quick, because I have my own Key to the City I want to get to as well. But I want to say shout out to YOLO Swag. YOLO Swag Studios sent us these shirts designed by our dear friend Slime to Garbage Main. Let's see if you can see us. Let's do a T pose so people can see.
You guys look very, very dapper.
I am not doing that. I am sorry. I refuse to participate.
Oh, come on. Folks listening, Grant has been he's big on clipping through. He's clipping through the wall.
I don't even.
Why are you so averse to everything?
I don't know, man.
Something as simple as like do a T post, and you're like, yeah, just because he said that, I'm not going to do it. Let's just have fun.
I'll T-pose with you, Kevin. I'll T-pose with you.
If I knew how to have fun, I wouldn't be doing this podcast. I'd just be out enjoying my life. This is who I am.
I'm having fun.
I'm having fun
podcast.
Too. I'm doing the podcast right now. All I'm doing is talking.
You need to get with the program, but more or less, let's give a shout out to YOLO Swag Studios for sending us these wonderful shirts. We do love you.
Shout out.
And check out all of his wonderful merch. I think it's I don't want to get the URL wrong, but it's big homo dot something or other.
Is that really it?
It's like big homo dot. Let me find out really quick. Big homo dot bigcartel.com. Check it out.
So that's a good URL. That is very a very memorable URL.
But my personal key to the city this week goes to Stewie Potter. Grant, did you watch this?
No, I didn't watch it. No.
We have to watch a little bit about this, or a little like clip of this, because this is going to blow.
Oh God!
Have you? Wait.
No, go.
Doplex, this is gonna fucking blow your mind. Like, this is like,
I'm ready.
Like this shit. Like, I posted this in the Discord, and I'm like, you guys are not gonna fucking believe this. And like, literally everybody was like, holy fucking shit. Just watch the first like minute of this. So
there's a couple of these. This is episode one.
No, there's only one.
Okay.
There's only one, which he explains in the comments that he got a copyright strike. But
this real quick, this frame looks like it could be an NFT.
That's like, so this is by this guy. Could you pull up the name again really quick, Grant?
It's Patrick McCarthy.
Patrick McCarthy on YouTube. Okay. So it's the video is titled Family Guy Parody of Harry Potter, Stewie Potter, Episode 1.
Culture.
So this is basically like if you remember when Family Guy did their classic send-up of the Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
We all love to see the characters from the Family Guy universe crossover with the beloved characters of the Star Wars universe. Now, it's basically that, but for Harry Potter. So if you want to just hit play on this, watch the first minute of this or so.
Ryan, as you may know, I've mastered all disciplines of science and quite frankly, I'm bored of it.
I understand. Writing became boring when I perfected the art of storytelling.
Right. Well, I decided I wanted to take on a new challenge and learn how to use magic.
Hate to break it to you, Stewie. Magic doesn't exist, like Santa Claus.
Did Santa get this for me?
No, I did, with my f***ing money. Oh wait, is that the action figure? Yeah, Santa got that one.
I know magic doesn't exist in this world, but that's why I created
this is not real Family Guy, by the way, guys.
This is
basically
weirdly convincing.
Magic or racial
this is like
over
so scarily close to Family Guy. It's it's like the uncanny family, the uncanny Family Guy, uncanny valley for Family Guy.
Yeah.
But it's like
This feels like a lost episode or something.
just let's watch a little bit more because you have to like get a feel for the parody.
It worked.
Right.
And here's the train. Good, we got past all that weird domestic abuse stuff in the beginning.
You're Harry Potter. Does that mean I'm Ron Weasley? Wait, doesn't he get to hook up with Hermione? Where is she?
Hey guys.
Oh no,
Meg?
it's Meg.
Let me guess. Neville Longbottom.
The name's Hermione.
Ooh, got
That's a
her
pretty
ass.
big part. You're going to be hanging out with us a whole lot. And she's dead.
Oh, thank God.
Quick, run. We have to get on the train. But you know, I always wondered who was the conductor of a train full of children traveling to an undisclosed location.
All aboard! Hey, Jared Fogle. Don't hate the play, hate the game.
Okay, you can stop it there. You can stop it there.
Oh yeah.
But like, okay, obviously it's like it's not funny, but it is exactly what he's going for.
It is spot on. It is spot on. Like it's scarily spot on. Like at first I thought he was just like redubbing Family Guy.
Like it, like and you could tell like every aspect of it is like so close, but just kind of off. Like the animation is like it's clearly flash animated. It's a lower quality.
Is like just almost like it's wrong, but you listen to it and you're like, eh.
And if you watch this and like he did, I think like 95% of the voices all by himself.
Right.
Like the guy is like. And this is gonna whatever. This is gonna sound insensitive, but Nico in the Discord phrased it as like this was like. I think she said it was like he used the powers of autism to completely like hone in on like replicating Family Guy beat for beat.
Yeah, it's funny. I was gonna say that exactly.
He did.
Yeah.
But I want to say shout out to Patrick McCarthy because I Googled him and I found his LinkedIn and IMDb page, and he now works for Family Guy.
Oh.
So this got him a job.
Really?
Yeah. He's a storyboard revisionist on Family Guy.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. I can't even that's fucking
and
cool.
it's like I said, not my cup of tea, but I also don't like Family Guy. So it's
right.
You know, it all works out for him in the end.
You like Family Guy more than most people I know.
I like Family Guy in the sense that I like hurting myself to some degree. So yes, Grant, I am also unhealthy.
So you're a sadomasochist, but just for Family Guy.
Yeah,
I get
off on rewatching the episode of Family Guy where Peter and Trump fight over and over and over.
Have you seen that, Doplex?
Right. I have not.
Oh, you must. God. You simply must.
I have not.
It's like one of the worst episodes of television I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's not good. But
I'll take
this. This is supposed to be a positive segment. So, Doplex, what's your key to the city? Something nice.
Let's see. I mean, I thought very long and hard about this, and I mean, I was in the shower today thinking
about
who
us.
I would give. Well, yeah, actually, I'll just give it to you guys. I'd have to give it to, honestly, he's your boy. He's been on the podcast a few times. Alex, Be Nice to Me Productions. That dude,
yeah. He was actually on the last episode.
Yeah, he was on the last episode. I watched it. That dude is so disgustingly funny. I stumbled upon his channel. I don't obviously have anything to show you guys. I don't have a show and tell because you know who he is.
Yeah, we spent the last episode kissing his ass long enough. So
there you go. Yeah. I watched. It was like the Dream Job video. I watched that like forever ago. I think when he first put it out, and then I kind of like forgot about his channel. I like forgot about it. Like it came up on my recommended. I watched it. I was like, oh, this is great. Then I forgot about it. And then Zwick linked his fucking when you got a poopy but you got a freaking boner video. He linked it in our Beef Boy server, and I watched. I was like, oh, it's this guy, and I binged his entire fucking back catalog. Yeah, and he's easily become like my favorite channel on YouTube. Just like it's weird. Like Keemstar, he's retiring, right? And he said a lot of YouTube channels start to feel a bit like a brand robot where everything is just very on the nose and just constantly like friendly in every sense to the point where it's very hard to get a laugh out of things, right? So I find myself not being able to laugh at a lot of content on YouTube anymore.
Same.
But Be Nice to Me Productions is fucking funny to the point where I actually laugh at his shit. So shout out to the boy. That dude is fucking funny.
Yeah, I know 100% agree. Like highly underappreciated work.
Yeah, apparently he doesn't care, but I care.
We'll care for you, Alex.
Right.
Yeah, we will care.
Yeah, I did the same thing the first time that we had him on the show.
Yeah, because like somebody in our Discord was like, hey, the guy from Be Nice to Me Productions also lives in Chicago. You should have him on.
And I just, same thing. I watched all of his videos.
Yeah, I remember like you texted me like, you need to watch these videos. And I'm like, then I did. And I'm like, yeah, let's make this happen.
And they again, much to his credit, like they've gotten better and better the more that he does them. I know that there's certain ones where it's like, this one's a classic, but like, I don't like some of especially like the longer form ones. And I know it's like rough to tell someone like sit and watch a 45-minute long
100%
short film of this guy you've never heard of, but like, the social media manager part 2.
Hey, we're in it. Yeah. There's one more reason do you fucking need.
Like the
you guys are in it.
The angry young man video where he has like a red face or whatever are like phenomenal. It's like you'll feel all these different emotions too.
Yeah, and there's this weird like lore building with his channel, and I think that's honestly it's hard to recommend his channel to people if they don't discover it on their own. It's hard to explain. Like his Lil Cern videos, right? The P.S. I Hate You. That song, or no, what was the name of the fucking song? The first one where they're at the skate park. You know what I'm talking about. That, and then I watched the entirety of that documentary that he made, and that is easily my favorite fucking piece of content on the internet, bar none.
Wow.
It is it's like an hour long, and I watched the entire thing, and I've been tempted to watch it again. That's how fucking good it was, because it's like it's a slow burn thing with his videos where like you have to like appreciate what he does, and then once you do and you know his character and the characters that he does create, then everything else is just fucking gold. It's amazing. And I do want to just make a special message to him. Please make a sequel to the fucking what's it called? 34-year-old man memorizes baseball stats. That video is so fucking funny. I want to one of those.
That's because that's a sequel to the 34-year-old man buys superhero show.
Like Captain America
Target.
shirt at Target.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's another sort of like ongoing character that I think he's gonna probably do more with.
I hope so, because that shit cracks me up so many. Like, I'll go back and I'll rewatch specifically the part where he's like, oh, we could play Skater XL and maybe even Warzone 2. The way he says that is so fucking funny. Like his line delivery makes me cry laughing. So shout out. Take the key to the city, you bitch. Take it. You deserve it.
It's
yours. Take it. Get out of here, you little scamp.
What kind of guy gets his ass kissed on 2 episodes of Thought Cops in a row? How about that?
Get out of town.
And now we'll never mention him again until he's back on the show, inevitably.
Exactly.
Right.
Grant, what's your key to the city?
My key to the city.
Alex from Be Nice to Me Productions.
My key to the city this week goes to the movie Dune. It was pretty good. Go watch it.
I just saw that last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it yesterday afternoon.
Do they have dunes in it?
There's sand, there's dunes, there's you name it.
Timothée Chalamet.
Oh, he's there. You better believe
he's
it.
there.
He's there.
Is Chris Pratt in Dune?
No, he's not. You can rest assured.
Okay, then maybe I'll watch it.
Chris Pratt voices the Dune.
He voices the Dune.
Yeah. Phenomenal job.
Oh my God. I thought about like pitching a headline to Hard Drive of like Chris Pratt to voice Sandworm and Dune sequel, and I typed it out and I'm like, I fucking hate
it. Might
this.
happen.
You know what? Yeah, it might just happen. So like I'm not even gonna pitch it.
You might manifest it, honestly.
And I would rather not. So but yeah, let's move on to our Thought Cops word of the week. We got a doubleheader this week. This has been in the dock for some time.
Yeah.
So this comes to us from the world of Mormonism. So
apparently this is a bigger thing than what I thought when I first saw it, because then I started hearing about it and I was like, oh, this is a legit thing.
Yeah, I saw people on Twitter talking about like who grew up in the Mormon religion talking about this. But anyway, part 1 is the word soaking. Soaking is when the penis is put in the vagina, but there is no penis or there is no pumping or thrusting, so it seems less like sex.
Oh,
It's the preferred form of premarital sex for Mormons. So you just kind of
do they come? Like, do they come, or is it just?
I'll get to that.
There's evolutions.
Basically, you just lay your worm in there and let it hole up for a while, and you kind of
let it prune.
Yeah, it's a god. It's technically it's not having sex. So the other part of the loophole is jump humping. Jump humping is the next level up from the Mormon dick soak. A friend of the participating Mormons can jump on the bed to create a sort of artificial thrust, thereby increasing the stimulation of the soaking parties, while still keeping all involved in God's good graces.
Okay.
Soaking and jump humping. I would love to see Weird Al do a parody of tub thumping. I get on the bed. I don't know. Fucking, it writes itself, like
it does. It does.
You're never gonna get me off.
He's like wearing those weird Mormon underwear. Like, if you do these,
wait, hold on. What is weird Mormon underwear?
Oh, you don't know about the Mormon underwear?
I don't know about this either.
No,
y'all don't know. But did y'all see the Book of Mormon?
No,
it's good.
No,
I hear
because that's the South Park guys. Maybe one of the better things that they've made.
I don't know. Orgasmo was pretty good.
Cannibal Holocaust, much?
Anyway, no, because to remind them
or
of
Cannibal the Musical. I'm sorry.
Wildly
different thing. Wildly different thing.
Famous Trey Parker in that
production. Stone and Trey Parker.
No, they wear like a weird sort of like it's like a jumpsuit sort of underwear, like a undergarment, but it's supposed to be itchy and uncomfortable to remind you to remind you of
having
your
sex
godliness.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds kind of sexy to
me. But
I don't know.
That's fucking weird.
Like, you have to, if you're doing these things, let's say you're a Mormon, you're into soaking, you're into jump humping, you gotta, like, the God that you pray to is like the stupidest person on the entire planet.
It's like insulting to God.
And the meanest.
Your parents wouldn't buy this shit. Your girlfriend wouldn't buy this shit. Like, no one would buy this shit. You mean to tell me God's going to throw you into the everlasting fires of eternal damnation, and you're like, wait, but technically I wasn't gyrating my hips, and he's going to be like, well, technically you're right.
I'm imagining like God in The Simpsons. He's like the gigantic bearded man. You can't see his face. Where he just like he's like rubbing his chin. He's like, pretty clever. Okay, you win this one. Like, yeah, like he didn't fucking think of this. Oh, like God.
Oh, technically,
God couldn't think of jump humping. Sure. The most omnipotent being that you believe in was dumb enough not to think of this loophole.
I should have put that in the Bible.
Yeah. God damn it. Me damn it.
That is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Sorry. I mean, jump humping is pretty funny, but soaking, that's like...
And how...
That's not even really a loophole. You're basically fucking at that point. Like what if you have an itch and you accidentally gyrate or pump? Then what? You're going to hell? You're fucked?
Also, like, imagine getting the text where you're like, hey, are you busy tonight? And then you already know. You're like, no, I'm free. And the guy's like, hey, my girlfriend's coming over tonight. Would you mind?
Yeah, would you mind shaking the bed for us?
And then, like, imagine being that shitty of a friend to ask that of somebody to, like, hey, cancel your plans tonight. I need you to jump hump.
They do, like, parties. They do soaking parties.
Okay, in that case, sure, why not? And then, of course, God is turning a blind eye to the fucking soaking party of a bunch of horny... 19-year-olds getting it on.
This is the place to be at Brigham Young University. The soaking room.
Soaking room.
Unbelievable.
Sign me up.
Unbelievable, but I assure you it's real.
I mean, I feel like at that point you could just put your penis in like a jar of pickles and just let it chill there for a bit.
I mean,
you'll get the same results.
That's probably a Mormon thing too. It's like, you could just buy a flashlight.
Yeah.
It's
a little bit of vinegar in there.
Basically the same thing. But before we move on to our final segment of the show, which is our listener voicemails, Doplex, if you could plug everything you got one more time, tell us where you can find it, where we can listen, where we can see it.
Sure, yeah. My YouTube channel, it's youtube.com/DoplexTV, because Doplex is taken. I'm just at Doplex on Twitter. I managed to get that handle, so just at Doplex. And Beef Boys, youtube.com/Beef Boys, if you want some prime helpings of meat. That's all I got. Oh, and also r/Goon Caves, go there.
I know some of our listeners are fans of Beef Boys, so I know they were happy to see you coming on the show. So,
hell yeah.
Some folks are already quite familiar.
Hell yeah.
Too familiar, one might say.
Uh-oh.
And speaking of the folks who are too familiar, thank you to our new patrons this week. Terry Greenbeans, Brian Kane, and Teej. If you want to be on the list of the people who can support us, it goes a long way, means a whole heck of a lot to us. Head on over to patreon.com/thoughtcops. You too can be in the live episode chats.
A lot better than buying an NFT. Use your money wisely.
Yeah, okay. Cost of one NFT, $2 billion. Thought Cops Patreon subscription, $2 a month. Do the math.
Come on.
It helps too because we're like a company now.
Yeah, we have an LLC now.
So, yeah.
Oh. So you guys going to come out with NFTs?
Yeah, eventually.
We're thinking about it. We're thinking about it.
Hey, we do have like those N64 graphics of us. We just sell that as an NFT.
Yeah,
like, who cares?
The
who cares about like the rainforest or whatever?
Yeah,
just like fuck it.
Yeah,
I'm never gonna go there.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I'll buy one of those.
Amazon. You mean the website where I buy my NFTs from?
Do they sell NFTs on Amazon yet?
Probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say if they don't now, they will eventually.
Right.
They will.
But yeah, if you support us, you also get all kinds of bonus content too. We got a spin-off show. That's fun. And it doesn't burn down the rainforest, so that's pretty cool.
Yet.
And you get a kiss on the cheek.
Not yet, but we'll be working on that one. But let's get to our listener voicemails. Let's hear some of our wonderful voices from the folks who listen to our fine show here. If you want to leave a listener voicemail of your own, give us a call, 312-788-7361, or you can always send us an audio file at thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. Hit it.
I do want to say real quick before you do that, somebody called in last episode and read the B-movie script. That was for me.
That was you. Okay, that was good. Because I was
that wasn't me. That was for me.
Oh, that was somebody from you. That was for you. Because I was I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and listen to the whole thing, but we will listen to about 30 seconds of it. So
right. Yeah. I just wanted to clear that up. Sorry that happened.
I mean, there's been similar instances in the past that have happened.
Right.
So we weren't sure if that was like, just like, oh.
We don't know what's going on with these crazy people who listen to this fucking show. But yeah, let's hit the voicemail.
All right.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. And you can hear these, right?
Barely.
I could barely hear that one too. So,
all right. I mean, like you're doing the listen to stream or whatever. I always forget to tell people. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I can hear.
He's a low talker. That's it.
Yeah, I turned the volume up a little.
Oh, okay. Let me turn it up on my end too. All right.
Blaringly
loud.
Hey,
Doplex. This is your boy Relch Belch, and got a little something for you here.
Relch Belch. Okay.
Shout out Relch Belch. Oh, hell yeah.
So this is the music from Bowser's Kingdom.
Yeah, Valley of Bowser.
Valley of Bowser, yeah. And then also, if I'm not mistaken, that was the same fart sound effect that you were using. The same.
Yes. That's this one.
Now,
a little bit more compressed.
Now, whose fart was that? Was that yours?
I didn't ad lib any farts over that. That was all Relch Belch. Shout out Relch Belch.
Shout out Relch Belch. And I'm sure that once you eventually sell the audio version of an NFT, that fart can be yours for a hefty sum of $100 million.
Hell yeah.
Hello, Thought Cops. Once again, it is I, Leo, the Incredible, gracing your voicemail.
Hello, Leo.
You're welcome.
Great voice.
Thank you.
Anyway, calling in about what I should be calling in about, what your show is about. Thought crimes, gentlemen, they are out there and they do exist. However, I've taken
This is like his segment
issue
now.
Yeah, right.
with one in particular. And can you believe it, gentlemen? Can you believe it? This happened today.
He's almost like the America's Most Wanted like version of the show. He's like, thought crimes. They're real and they do exist.
They're real. Yeah.
Let's
I
get
like
to
his
tonight's
voice.
topics.
Every guest is like, who is the super
I'm
villain?
surprised Leo doesn't. Yeah, he is sort of like the villain of the show in a way.
Well, I don't know if I call him a villain. He's villainous, but he's not a villain.
villain-esque. Yeah.
He could voice a villain. He could voice a villain. He has a great voice for like voice acting a villain. Like I can see him playing some like bad dude, opposite of Chris Pratt.
You know, he'd be a good Garfield.
He's like, you know how in opera, like the villain was always like the baritone, you know? That's like,
Right.
he just has the voice of just, he's on our side, but he's not necessarily the good guys. But
enough kissing the guy's ass, though. Let's hear what he has to say.
All right.
Yeah.
Day, in fact, or rather the other day, the Astro World live music event down in Texas. 8 dead. Absolute chaos. People breaking through barriers, trying to get in, all to see one man or one show, and people are dead. Rushing lines, not paying for things. Gentlemen, this demand to have things just given to you, or you just simply take it, and people dying?
Spitting facts.
Thought crime. Also, live music event. Also, perhaps a thought crime. It's 2021. Put it on an MP3 and put it out there. Anyway, gentlemen, I hope you had a wonderful Saturday evening and a great night.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Leo.
God bless. God bless Leo.
We did not have time to get to that story, so I do appreciate the voicemail.
And I don't want to talk.
Yeah,
it's like disturbing, man. I saw some videos of it. I don't want to touch that stuff.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, he explained, some people died at the Travis Scott concert, and he just sort of stood up there and did the robot and watched it happen.
Hundreds injured. I saw some videos where people were like trying to stop what was happening, and people just like shrugging their shoulders and like turning their. It was just like, what the fuck?
There's a video of Travis Scott like doing some weird angelic chanting while they're carrying the body of somebody who went into cardiac arrest. He's just like, I can recreate this real quick. Hold on.
Show must go on.
Like, as the voice was being carried, as the body was being carried away.
I like this. We should get.
It was the most disturbing dystopian fucked shit I've ever seen. Sorry, I don't want to stay on that for too long, but it's crazy shit.
The moral of this episode or the show in general is, we do kind of sort of live in a dystopia. Kind of.
Yeah, we do.
We do kind of live in a dystopia.
We do be living in dystopia.
Thank you.
I've run out of funny. Let's move on to the next voicemail.
Hey guys, this is Matthew Winter from the On We Talk podcast.
Hello, Matthew Winter.
Just want to say hello to Doplex. How are you doing? Good. Can you stop mentioning me on your podcast? Like, I do appreciate the free PR and stuff, but it's a bit, it's defamation of me and the On We name.
This must be like his Lacambra.
I don't appreciate that. Hope that you and the Thought Police, whatever they call it, I don't remember.
Fucking
whatever
good
calling it.
podcast, and this is Matthew Winter. Godspeed.
So that's
I touch children.
That's maybe that's just Australian sense of humor. Because like that guy, it's not even just the accent, but the cadence was like the same sort of voicemail that Lacambra would leave.
Is he actually Australian?
He is. That's Matthew Winter. He's a very well-renowned podcast host. He also said this:
"I touch children."
So
that was his voice.
He doesn't seem like a good guy at all.
Yeah.
No, he's not. There's
your
disgusting
villain.
man.
There's your villain.
Yeah, he is the real villain. He's the real villain in this world. Fuck you, Matthew Winter. Just kidding. I love you. Get Burger on Onwe. All right.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you. I think this is the last one.
Thought we had more than that.
We had one where a guy just started screaming and yelling
we're not
random gibberish.
Yeah.
I decided against playing that one, so this might be the last one.
That's fair. All right.
So my 2 minutes of hate is fucking when you're at a red light and you're turning right So you inch up to be able to
what is this,
turn
the
to
male
your
Nico?
left and see any oncoming traffic on whether or not you can make your right-hand turn. And then the person next to you,
oh, you mean because
who
of
doesn't
the
have to
traffic,
turn right, who shouldn't be trying to turn right, who has no reason to inch forward.
And the audio quality.
Inches forward.
Yeah.
That's my 2 minutes a day. That's what really grinds my gears when someone...
Oh, it's a Family Guy reference.
The people that unnecessarily inch forward when you're just trying to be able to see and make a right turn.
I feel like
traffic.
I feel like whoever this is, he just chronicled his day. I feel like that just really bugged him that morning. Like that happened to him that day that he recorded that. He's like,
that's how I get most of my 2 minutes of hate.
And you know what? As mundane as that may sound, I appreciate that people, when they're in these situations, they're stuck in traffic.
They call our hotline.
The fact that they thought of us, you know?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I gotta let the thought cops know about this shitty thing that happened to me.
And we'll play it on the air.
Well, it is like one of the good aspects of this show is, you know, being able to take all this shit that's out in the world and turn it into gold of some sort. And that's sort of true. Like, you know, the 2 minutes hate, you know, from 1984 is supposed to have this like redemptive quality of like, oh, now we've screamed at the TV. Now we're all good. Now we're part of a good society.
That's what I've been saying. It's therapeutic.
Yeah.
It's not all, you know, we talk about a whole lot of crap on the show, but believe me, if I didn't talk about it, who knows what I would do.
I don't want to know. Anyway,
I shouldn't leave that open ended. I wouldn't do anything evil or villainous. I'll just say that much.
Thank you for clarifying.
I would actually probably just
probably be better off.
You know what?
Like save the world.
Yeah,
raise
I'm
money
done
for
with this. I'm done with this show. This is a lot
kids that need it. And
yeah, I'm spending a lot of time and effort on this. I could be curing cancer.
Yeah.
You could have became a voice actor, and you could have been voicing Garfield. Think about that. All the paths in life you've taken.
You could have become
and not behind a VO booth.
I could meet Jim Davis. I could have met Jim Davis. And instead, I'm sitting here doing this show.
You could have
married Jim Davis.
Could have married Jim Davis.
You could have gone through the shortcut to becoming a voice actor and become a big time Hollywood actor in blockbuster movies.
Yeah, that is a little bit of
land on playing the voice of Garfield.
Yeah.
No, you keep quoting that "he's so cool" line, and actually, is this all Miyamoto's fault? Miyamoto is the one who's like in that presentation where he's like, "Oh, Chris Pratt will be voicing Mario."
Do you think he had anything to do with that though?
I don't know.
I think honestly he watched some like pay-per-view movie with Chris Pratt and it really late one night. He's like, that is my Mario.
Yeah, he was like half asleep and like Jurassic World was on TV and he's like,
yeah,
sure, why not?
That voice. He's so cool. And he has a framed picture of Charles Martinet. Kind of puts it down.
He like 40-year-old virgin like turns it back around. He's like,
yeah,
I don't want you to see this. So that about does it for our voicemails. Like I said, if you want to give us a call, you can reach us at 312-788-7361, or you can always send us an audio file to thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to support the show, throw us a few bucks. It goes a long way. Patreon.com/thoughtcops. You know, we bought all kinds of new gear and equipment and all kinds of stuff that makes the show.
And more plans to buy more.
And more to come with the donations from viewers like you. So thank you.
You're welcome.
And also, thank you to Doplex for coming on the show.
I wasn't doing that as a way like, I don't forget to thank me. I was I'm funding
I was having a brain fart. I'm like, oh fuck, what's the next part? And I'm like, oh yeah, I have to thank the guests. So,
and now it's over.
That's me. I'm the guest. Oh, thank God.
Well, yeah. Well, that about does it, folks. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.
See you, Space Cop.
Goodbye.
Give us a fart, Doplex, on the way out.
Oh, sure. I got you. Let me scroll over to it.
Beefy.
Nice big one.